is up, my friends? How are you guys doing today? I hope you're doing great, thriving, striving, looking good, smelling good. I hope everybody is living their best life because you deserve it, my friends. Don't we all? You know what I'm saying? Thanks for stopping in, guys. Today we're talking about a movie from 1990. You know the drill. Hit that like and subscribe button so you can get notified. It's called The Rift. It's directed by Juan. Let's see if I can say this name right. Juan Piquer Simón. Simón. Alright? There, we said it good. It's got Jack Scalia, it's got Ray Wise, and it's got the incomparable, the one, the only, the legendary R. Lee Ermey. That's right, Full Metal Jacket drill instructor in a, what is this, an early 90s B movie, right? How far have we fallen that we're in this garbage, okay? Let me tell you a little bit about the story here first. This is cool premise, really cool premise. If this had a budget, if this was made by a major motion picture studio, it would have been awesome because the concept is cool. We've got an experimental submarine, the Siren 2, right? And it's going down to depths unheard of, like deeper than the Marianas Trench, you know, pitch darkness. Something happened to the Siren 1. And you know what happens when that happens? You gotta go down and see what happened. So we get down there, and oh no, we find out there has been some skullduggery afoot, and some of the scientists that were down there, supposed to be in the submarine, find an underwater cave system where it's like pressurized and there's oxygen and stuff, and they get in there and they start setting up labs and mutation pools and, you know, all kinds of genetic experiments. And the next thing you know, we got some crazy, just abomination looking stuff, some abhorrent just creatures in the creatures of the deep. 20,000 leagues under the sea, latching onto submarines. People got to fight for their lives. There's parasites, just all kinds of crazy stuff, because when you're underwater, nobody can hear you scream, right? And this was actually, I say it wasn't very good, but it was serviceable. I enjoyed it just because of how preposterous and silly it was. I knew what I was getting into. Actually, that's a lie. I did not know what I was getting into when I started this movie. I was like, you know, it sounds cool. You know, I thought major motion picture. But turns out it was more like an NBC after school special picture. And I was moderately disappointed. But at the same time, once I understood what they were going for, I was like, hey, you know, they did their best. And it's actually pretty good because we've got, you know, the designer of this submarine in, what's his face? Jack Scalia. We got him. He's like, this is my submarine. I designed it. I know better than anybody else how this thing works. And then we've got Ray Wise. He's in this, and he's like, but I'm the second in command of what you're doing, and the captain don't like you. The captain's R. Lee Ermey, and they get into it. And it just gets kind of, the acting's not good. R. Lee Ermey and Scalia don't have very good chemistry. Ray Wise and Ermey do. But at the same time, it's not enough to really carry this. So those three dudes can't carry this film. And there's a few supporting cast members that are okay. But really, the film was, like I said, serviceable. It was entertaining. The chemistry was kind of off. The special effects were interesting. Some of the creatures that were created were very intriguing to me. They looked cool. They looked like they had some budget behind them. They looked like they were not necessarily made for TV, but they looked like they had a bigger budget for their special effects than, say, a regular B movie. But I think they kind of shot their money wad on their acting because they have these guys that are, you know, R. Lee Ermey. I don't know how popular Jack Scalia is. I've heard the name before. I'd never seen a movie with him that I know of until I saw this. And he wasn't very good. He had this, like, you know, David Coverdale white snake hairdo, and he just, I don't know, I think he was trying too hard to be a heartthrob, or maybe chicks back then thought that was sexy, but he just felt like he was trying too hard in the role. Whereas R. Lee Ermey, he was just playing the drill instructor, but with more power. He could order people around more because he's the captain of a ship, and he can say, mutiny, brr. And Ray Wise was just the nerd. But then when you get down to brass tacks and things start happening, they got to get Scalia back in there because he knows the ship best. And so again, if this would have had a budget, if this would have had a good director other than Mr. Simón, and if it would have been, if it would have had more budget, more production quality, the sets looked good, but the underwater stuff you could tell was a miniature, you could tell stuff was men in suits, you could tell stuff was puppets. So if they would have had more of a budget for production quality and production design and things like that, it would have probably been a better film if they would have had a major studio behind them, or at least a better independent studio other than, what, Sci-Fi Inc. or whatever. I don't know. But it could have been better, guys. That's all I'm saying. Is it worth your time? Sure. Why not? Go to sleep on it. Because that's what I did. I put it on, 11 o'clock at night, just watching something, and I started to get drowsy, turned it off, finished it the next day. So it's not a movie that you've got to pay great attention to. There's not a whole lot of devil in the details. It's just something easy to watch. So give it a shot if you want to, guys. It is on Prime. So check it out. Thank you so much for hanging around and listening to me yammer about this. I love you guys. I'm going to keep making them as long as you keep watching them. Peace out. God bless you, and I will see you soon.